What's up? It's Kay, and for today's agenda, we are talking mental health. May is Mental Health Awareness Month and also Borderline Personality or BPD Awareness Month as well. And as somebody who was diagnosed with BPD a couple years ago, I've learned a lot about myself in that time. A lot of things from my pre diagnosis days have made a lot of sense because of that diagnosis and the subsequent therapy that I've been through and just the different practices that I've done to kind of stay on top of it. And I thought, what better time than now during the awareness month to talk a little bit about the disorder, to talk about my experience with it, and kind of share tips for people who may be living with BPD or any other mental illnesses for that matter. So let's get into it. What exactly is borderline personality disorder or BPD? Borderline personality disorder is a mental health condition. You may have extreme mood swings, unstable relationships, or trouble controlling your emotions. You may have a higher risk of suicide or self destructive behaviors. The typical therapy for this is talk therapy. Now, for me, this diagnosis made so much sense for me because in my interpersonal relationships, I would experience just intense connections to people, intense bonds, and deeply care about people. But at any notice, it could be, I don't know, it could be a comment, it could be something that I just felt in my gut, but it could be anything. And I could completely just shut off to that person and start to catastrophize our relationship, just completely everything that I felt became the opposite. And having to kind of dig yourself out of that hole constantly starts to really wear on you to the point where, I mean, in my case, I definitely exhibited a lot of self destructive behaviors. I basically had to be drunk to be around people, even people that I cared about for regular things. Um, and clearly, that's not a sustainable lifestyle. It's not a healthy lifestyle. And, you're not actually able to be present in your relationships if you're in that state. And little did I know or really understand that that was a coping mechanism. Um, and on top of it being a coping mechanism, it just gave me another means of masking, being able to kind of hide behind that party mask became an easier way of dealing with everything that I was feeling. It's like, how can I care about this person or these people, but also feel like no connection to them, feel like, you create scenarios in your head, like things start to agitate you a little bit more. And ultimately, in my case, as has usually been the case with, times of mental distress, I just tend to isolate. And more, I would find myself just not wanting to go out, not wanting to go hang out, not wanting to go socialize, do just regular things because it was a comfort zone for me. And while there's, some benefit in that, you're going to lose a lot of people by doing that if you're not showing up for commitments or you're not showing up for people the way they want you to show up for them. And that's something that I definitely had to pay the price for. So getting this diagnosis and understanding like, okay, this is a brain chemistry thing because you're constantly fighting with the fact that you feel like this isn't right, but at the same time, you can't really do anything about it. Like you're kind of just like stuck in this, you're kind of stuck floating in this headspace of, I know something's wrong. I can't quite put my finger on it, but like I just kind of have to go with it. So I would definitely credit therapy for just giving me an understanding of the disorder, giving me the diagnosis, giving me workbooks to just go through and just really learn about the condition and learn about different ways to manage it, because it's something that just it doesn't just go away. It's something that you kind of just live with, but you have to know what tools are available to you and utilize the tools that work for you. So that's something that I can definitely attribute to my ability to be more present and conscious of my emotions. And I mean, I've never been the kind of person to have like outbursts. Like I'm a relatively chill person in general, but I used to get really, really agitated by a lot. And now I'm realizing that that was just kind of a byproduct of the inner struggles that I was dealing with before I had this diagnosis. And since I've had the diagnosis and gone through multiple years now of therapy and ongoing at that, definitely a lot more confident in my ability to kind of manage this and, you know, learn from my mistakes and, really be confident about new relationships, new friendships, even with family, being more present with them. So I definitely recommend anybody struggling with any mental health issues to definitely seek out a therapist, even if it's a one off, just to dip your toe in there, if you will. I definitely think it's worth it. They'll definitely look into what will work for you specifically and create a plan for you to heal yourself or begin the healing process. So, therapy, I mean, people say it all the time, go to therapy, 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 and a lot of people use therapy speak and all of that. But like actually going to a therapist and dropping your ego, taking whatever licks you have to take, and really just sitting with it and taking time to understand it. Through that, you'll start to understand yourself. And that feeling is such a great feeling. So, highly recommend therapy to everybody, not just people who are, you know, in like a deep struggle. Like even if you have rough days, like I still think it's beneficial for everybody to be in therapy, because I mean that's what these therapists are here for, and they do amazing work, most of them. So that's my spiel on BPD and Mental Health Awareness Month. Go to therapy. Go to therapy. Go to therapy.